What is going on, community? What is going on, people of Earth? I am TJ, aka Flash by Night, and I would like to welcome you to a special edition of Transformers Thursday, because today we are talking part 2 of my weekend at heroescon. Okay, technically I had one day at heroescon, but Sunday I did a little hunting, and we're going to show you what I picked up there. And I'm going to apologize ahead of time. I wanted to go in chronological order, but in order for things to go how I want to, I'm going to have to be a little all over the place. So we're going to start Sunday, where I stopped at Acme Comics in Greensboro, North Carolina, and picked up a few Transformers books. The first book I picked up is Transformers issue number 0 from Dreamwave. I think this is starting the 3rd series. I don't have any of these, and I'll be honest, I think I paid $1 or $2 extra for each one of these, but I don't see them much, so I went ahead and picked them up. But this is issue number 0 with Megatron on the front. Really great cover. Then we have issue number 1 of the 3rd series with Prime on the front. In my opinion, an even better cover. But you can't hate on either one of these. We've got issue number 2 with Bumblebee on the cover. I don't know who that is, Bumblebee jacked up, but Bumblebee got somebody. Then we're going to skip to issue number 5. You've got Bumblebee, Cliff Jumper, and Jetfire. Then we have issue number 8, where one of the Insecticons is having a rough time. And then last but not least, we have issue number 9, with Shockwave doing Shockwave things, being sneaky, getting it done. Now that we got that out of the way, let's rewind back to Saturday at heroescon. And the first thing I picked up was actually something gifted to me. I've got a couple of challenge coins coming from Scott from Hoarder's Hide. This is the first one, the What's in Your Hide coin. He's got a few of his favorite things on there. Jonah Hicks. Is that Dale Comics, Disney, I'm assuming old Disney, Looney Tunes. Of course, Hoarder's Hide on the back. If I can never get the glare to go down. There we go. And then, because I am a veteran, I got a thank you for your service card coming from Youth Shooting Sports Funding Foundation. The next thing I got is from DJ Links. Of course, every Friday, he and the Illuminati crew do In the Mix. It's a live show where they talk pop culture, they shoot the breeze, and every once in a while, maybe more than every once in a while, but they do giveaways. And I won one last week, since I stayed up instead of taking my usual Friday night nap. So, I've got this Miko Suyon print of the Crow. Looks like the 223 of 500. Nice looking print. But also, there is one on the back. What is that? 211 out of 500. Yeah. So 2 nice looking prints from the Crow. I appreciate DJ for hooking this up. I did say I picked up some Transformers stuff, right? So at the con, I did a whole lot of walking around. I talked with community members. I stood in line for signatures, and I went to the CGC booth. We'll talk about that later. But by the time I got through with CGC, It was like 5:45 in the afternoon, and of course the con closed at 6, and I hadn't hunted for anything. And so I started walking around to different booths just to see what they had Transformers wise before they kicked me out. And I got 4 books. First book is issue number 27 from the last IDW run. I think I got it for $3. What I really wanted was just this Astro Train cover. Great looking cover. Next book I found, Marvel's Transformers, issue number 22, with this 25th anniversary border on it. Next book up, we have Transformers 32, where apparently you can pick up used Autobots. And the last book I picked up, yes, I only got 4, is issue number 68. Now, if you know anything about Marvel's Transformers, around the mid-60s all the way up to 80, they are a lower print run, and so they get a little bit more expensive. I grabbed this for $8, and I think that was the deal. Really clean copy. So I said I was at the CGC booth earlier, and that's because I had a couple of books that I wanted to get signed and graded. I didn't necessarily need on-site grading, plus it was already late Saturday, and I wasn't sticking around Sunday to come back and pick them up. So those books are gone to Florida, and they're going to get graded by CGC via the regular process. So I went over to the CGC booth, and I said, "Can I get a witness?" So since the line was short, technically it was me and one other guy. We were the line, so we used the same witness, went and got our book signed and witnessed, and I met Maria Wolf. Maria did the Soundwave cover for Transformers issue number 1, and I wanted to get it signed and graded. So I met Maria Wolf. She's a nice lady. I asked her a couple of questions, but believe it or not, my witness actually wanted to meet Maria Wolf more than I did. So they actually talked to each other more than Maria and I talked to each other. But that was fine. All's well that ends well. I got my book signed. They were in the same shape they were when I brought them over. I got them packaged up, got them back to the CGC booth. We did the business. I got them submitted. They gave me this poker chip that I traded in for this pen. I think it was a 5.0 Wolverine pen. I'll have to look at it and see. I didn't bring it with me. And now I'm back home playing the waiting game with CGC. Whenever those books come back to me, I will share them with you. Maybe my favorite interaction of the day was with Ralph Macchio. No, not that Ralph Macchio. This Ralph Macchio. He used to be a writer and I believe an editor at Marvel, but I found out a few days ago, or a few days before the con anyway, that he wrote a few issues of Transformers and I wanted to get them signed. In the meantime, we talked a little bit and I found out some interesting things about him. So we'll talk about that while I show the books. First book he signed for me, Transformers, the movie, issue number 1. Transformers, the movie, issue number 2. And of course, Transformers, the movie, issue number 3. So he did the movie adaptation. We talked a little bit about the process of taking a movie from the movies to a comic book effectively. He also talked about how Tom DeFalco got him off the couch, basically. He wasn't doing con. This is one of his first cons, and Tom convinced him to come out, get out of the house, make a little extra scratch, meet some fans, and it's all to the good for everybody. But what I found out is that he didn't take debit cards or credit card. He only took cash, and I needed $40. I only had $20, and so I went around the world to find another $20 bill. he actually let me keep the books on me while I found the rest of the money. But I had to find the money because I'm not going to be that guy that ruins his first con experience. But the last book I have is Transformers issue number 1. Of course, there's Jim Shooter up there, Peter Cullen, which I worked really hard for, and now we have Ralph Macchio. Now, a little birdie tells me that CBCS only wants to verify 2 signatures on the book, and so we're going to have to work on a plan. We're going to have to verify that fact, work on a plan, see what we need to do, because I still want to get Bill Sienkiewicz on this cover one day and make it a 4-way dance. But yeah, those were the 4 books I had Ralph Macchio sign for me at heroescon. That was mission number 1. Mission completed, and I can't complain. And that was part 2 of my heroescon weekend. I hope you enjoyed yourself, because I know I did. But if you enjoyed yourself, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you want to keep up with me, maybe going to more cons, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Of course, feel free to leave comments. And as we always do at this time, love yourself, love others, keep your ear to the ground for Heroes 2025. And I will be back in a flash.